I guess they're having a little come by and visit on Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. So they're all, you can come by and visit Lori and Randy and Blue Dan Van and everybody else at Skadden Wash on Wednesday. Gee, I better, let's see if I get a flight now to Phoenix. I get to Charlotte in about an hour and a half, and then I've got to fly to Phoenix on American, and then I could, that'll be about 5 hours, and then I could, catch an Uber. The Ubers, that's kind of far for an Uber. Maybe I better rent a car. And then I could make it. I could be there. If I really hustle. I don't know, man. We got Fact Finder, aka D-Dub. Remember D-Dub? He was at our little get-together there in Las Vegas back in February of 2019. He's got a new channel now called Fact Finder. However, he's black with Black Bigelow. He's back with Black Bigelow. Used to be Black Bugatti, Black whatever, all those crazy names. So they were hanging out last night in Vegas, which they've done before. I mean, the YouTubers, I guess that they're not really nomads so much as travelers, but they just love walking down the main street, the main drag of Vegas there. How many videos? Let's see, a couple hundred have I seen of nomads and travelers and on the strip in Vegas. Yeah. All right. Again. At Dave's RV Life of the Scenic Loop there in Arizona, the Scenic Loop Drive and the Oregon Pipe. What is that? the Oregon Pipe Cactus. Ah, yes. There he is. I haven't seen him with his glasses on lately. Anyway, I think we've heard that he's actually further east than this now. He's didn't somebody say he was already in Mississippi? I don't know. I think he may be heading to Florida too. I'm not sure. We'll let you know. We're just reporting what we hear from the Camo Army. We've got RV Rebel Girl is now in Florida. She went from Arizona, then she went, I guess, spent Christmas with her family up there in the Chicago area, and now she's already down in Florida. So good for her. We got Finding Simon there he's on his boat there in. He was on the boat. Whatever. He's on the boat there off Vancouver, and he says it's very, 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 very windy, and it's been windy for like 3 weeks now, and he's just getting tired of it. So he finally manages to get off the boat and go to visit his girlfriend, and then go have some fun in the Vancouver area. So that's that. Still working on the boat. It'll never get finished. Never, ever, ever. We want to shout out and say our condolences to Rosie O'Kelly. Her father was suffering from COVID in Baltimore. That's where she kind of grew up, and he passed away the other day. So she said she's going to take a couple days and get off of YouTube and handle some stuff. So all our condolences and sympathies to Rosie on the loss of her dad. Letters. We get this on our GMX account. This is from Daniel L. This is what the Canadian snowbirds must have in order to get across the border and get down to Quartzsite or over to Florida. Yeah, just run right over. Just cross the border anywhere you want. Know who's going to stop you in one of these. Oh, yeah. Also, Daniel L. from Danny from Quebec. Okay, this is more from him. He left this comment on Cheap RV Living Bob's video the other day about Bob is touting again how maybe this is the time to get out and be a nomad. With all the crazy stuff going on, it's time to do that. Danny says, this is the comment he left on Bob's video, Cheap RV Living Bob. What if the economy really crashes? There's a shortage on gasoline for a while. Those nomads are going to start getting stuck in the middle of nowhere, not being able to get supplies, drinking water, etc. What if there are supplies available? Yeah, if there are supplies available, because we've all seen the shelves going empty last March when the V struck. What if there's a shortage on propane? We've seen that in Canada last summer when train workers went on strike. No propane for a while. It doesn't take much. When I see people in the van showing their pantry and you see only 5 or 6 jars of dry macaroni, rice, and stuff, that will last them a week and a half. Wake up, people. This is not a pantry. You should have at least 6 months of supply of everything, and a van cannot hold that much. The Life on Wheels lifestyle relies on the fact that gasoline and supplies will always be available, which is really not so sure. Having the ability to be nomadic is a good thing, but I think you need a home base, a wood stove, a well, a garden, etc. If the S hits the fan, the nomads will be the first ones to seek shelter from people who have sustainability. How many nomads could be sustainable in the wilderness? How many of them have the ability to hunt and fish? And remember that fishing poles might not be available at the store when you decide to get one. Where is your supply of drinking water if you cannot get it at the store? Bob, Danny is saying, Bob, stop telling people that the nomadic life is a solution, because this lifestyle so much relies on Walmarts, Home Depots, and gas stations being available around them. Yeah. And don't forget that Cheap Bob is now offering online courses to help you, because that's his main goal. That's a very good point. It's a very good point. We've had some issues this year with some shortages of TP and some other things. But, if it really gets down to it and then we start getting bad gas lines and gas stations closing and propane shortages and really serious food shortages, the nomad life may not be the best way to be, Bob. Danny's got a good point there. Coley Hope says that substituting someone's name with a similar sounding name is not funny or clever. May using the term camper van Kenny end with the year 2020. Hey, some of these nomads don't like me talking about them, so we talk about Kenny, we talk about Carla, we talk about Derek. We're not talking about them. We're talking about Kenny, Carla, and Derek. Openland Sydney says you need to start a Nomads Fantasy League. Just make sure that you have negative points for anything Disney, high points for large amount of gloppy food. You know what? That's a good idea for my Patreon. Sign up for the $10 level, and we'll have a Nomad Fantasy League. I like it. Good idea, Openland Sydney. Bob said it's a bad time for the movie Nomadland to come out. That's the movie that stars Frances McDormand and Cheap RV Living Bob's in it. It's got very good reviews. Some people put their best movies of the year lists out, and that's always near or at the top. Though it was going to be released like in November, and now it's going to be February. They just ought to put it online somewhere. You can pay $10 and watch it. I would love to see it, and it just, I don't know, just put it up on, whether it's Google, those Google movies, and, I don't mind paying $10 to see it, or $15, what a movie ticket would cost. But I just, they're making it too hard to see, no, I don't know, just stick it on up there. Netflix, put it on Netflix. And finally, Pat says, Dave H., please come out to Washington State. Desert, mountains, ocean. The nomads don't bother with the nicest places. Ocean, Hurricane Ridge, the East Washington Desert. Throw in Idaho and Montana and Wyoming. Skip Arizona. Well, that sounds like a good plan for the summer. I don't know if I'd want to be doing that in the winter. And there's somebody in Idaho I'd like to go visit. That, wonder what airfare from Charlotte to Boise, not Boise, Boise is. Think about it. And Crotchy, you can come too. Oh, yeah! Vlog under.